So Mark Leonard has now been convicted in connection to the deadly Richmond Hill blast from 2.5 years ago. This was a victory for the prosecution today, Rich.
A victory for the prosecution, but much more than that. Scott, you have to put this in perspective. Scores of investigators and attorneys have been working on this criminal investigation, tens of thousands of hours spread over 2.5 years to get to today's verdict. There were no big jump, high five joys of elation. There was a subduedness inside and outside the courtroom. The people who put this case together believe it was a victory for them, but more importantly, a victory for the victims and residents of the Richmond Hill subdivision. Victims left the courtroom looking numbed, perhaps overwhelmed by the verdict. Mark Leonard guilty on all counts. Lead prosecutor Denise Robinson visited the Richmond Hill blast scene. She was part of this massive criminal investigation from the very beginning.
I mean, obviously, it's a great feeling to have this case finally determined by a jury. You know, it's more important for the Longworth families, you know, Longworth and the Buxtons, the residents of Richmond Hill more than me. But I'm grateful that I was able to bring this case successfully on their behalf.
Leonard's legal team struggled against the weight and volume of the state's evidence. 170 witnesses, 2,200 exhibits. They were sitting on either side of Leonard as the verdicts were read.
We told him just to stay calm no matter what the verdicts are. And like the rest of us, it kind of happened really swiftly, and he was escorted out of the court. We really haven't had time to process with him.
Leonard, jurors agreed, led the 5-person plot to destroy Maserati Shirley's home to cash in on a $300,000 insurance policy. Shirley turned on Leonard, testified against her old boyfriend in exchange for a plea deal. She must also testify against accused co-conspirators, Bob Leonard, Glenn Holtz, and Gary Thompson. Today's conviction, Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry believes sends them a message.
And with any defendant, as Maserati Shirley did, if someone is willing to take responsibility for what they've done, then we'll have discussions with their counsel. That has really not occurred in any significant manner up to now with any of the other 3 defendants, but I would hope that there'll be at least those discussions going forward.
Going forward, as far as tomorrow, Mark Leonard is back in court. A judge will hear evidence, the prosecutor's insistence that he qualifies for life without parole.